We are absolutely surrounded by plastic. It's everywhere, and we're really struggling to figure out what to do with all the waste. But what if? What if a solution has been hiding deep in the Amazon rainforest this whole time? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a fungus that can literally eat plastic and what it might mean for the future of our planet.
To really get why this is so important, let's just start with a fact that is, well, it's pretty shocking. Scientists have now found microplastics, these tiny fragments of our plastic trash, inside human placentas. This isn't just some far-off environmental issue anymore. It's become deeply personal. The plastic we throw away, it's finding its way back to us in the most intimate ways imaginable.
We've all been told to reduce, reuse, recycle, right? But when you look at the actual numbers, the picture is not great. Despite all our efforts, less than 10% of all the plastic waste in the world actually gets recycled. So where does the other 90+% go? Piling up in landfills, or worse, polluting our oceans and our environment.
And it all adds up to this one massive growing crisis. Think about it. We're creating a material that's designed to last for hundreds of years, but we often use it for just a few minutes. That huge mismatch is exactly why the search for a new solution has become so incredibly urgent.
So just how much are we talking about? Every single year, we produce over 400 million tons of plastic. To put that in perspective, that's about the same weight as every single human being on Earth combined. And we make that much in new plastic every 12 months. So much of it is single-use, and it's all destined to sit in the landfill pretty much forever.
Okay, but this is where this story takes a turn. We shift from the problem to a truly fascinating discovery. And to find this potential solution, we have to travel deep into the heart of the Amazon, one of the most biodiverse places on the entire planet.
So the story of this fungus really starts back in 2011. A team from Yale, led by Professor Scott Strobel, was exploring the Ecuadorian rainforest when they found this really unique organism. Then, you fast forward to 2023, a Brazilian researcher, Thalita Silva Calixto, publishes this detailed monograph that completely reignites interest in the fungus and its potential for bioremediation. That's just using a living thing to clean up pollution. And that brings us right up to today, here in 2025, where scientists all over the world are seriously looking at how we could actually use this natural wonder on a massive scale.
And right from the very beginning, the excitement was real. Professor Strobel himself said that this fungus could be a total game changer, offering a solution for plastic waste in places where our usual methods just don't work. Think about the bottom of a landfill. This fungus could be the answer.
So, the big question is, how does it actually do it? How can this simple fungus devour one of our most durable inventions? Let's get into the science, because it's pretty cool.
Okay, so this fungus, Pestalodiopsis microspora, has a very specific favorite food. It loves to eat polyurethane, or PUR for short. And this isn't your average plastic bottle. PUR is a really tough, versatile plastic that's used in everything from the foam in your sofa and the soles of your sneakers to insulation in buildings, and it is notoriously difficult to break down. The way it works is just incredible. First, the fungus senses the plastic as food, because plastic is basically just carbon. Then, it secretes these special enzymes that act like tiny biological scissors. These enzymes get to work, snipping apart the tough chemical bonds that hold the polyurethane together. And once the plastic is broken down into smaller, bite-sized molecules, the fungus just absorbs them, using our trash as fuel to grow. It's amazing. But this next part is the fungus's true superpower. See, most microbes need oxygen to break things down, but this one, it's different. It can do its work in an anaerobic environment. That means a place with no oxygen. And that is a total game changer. Why? Because the bottom of a giant landfill is exactly that, a dense, dark, oxygen-starved environment. This fungus is perfectly suited to work exactly where we need it most.
So the potential for cleaning up landfills is pretty clear. But hold on, because the story takes an even more surprising, even more bizarre turn, really pushing the limits of what you might think is possible. And it all leads to a question that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. If this fungus can eat our trash, is it possible that we could eat it?
And this isn't just some wild idea. A designer named Katharina Unger actually developed a prototype called the fungi mutarium. The concept is this. You grow the fungus on these little pods made of agar. You then add a piece of plastic, and over a few months, the fungus eats the plastic and grows into this edible mushroom-like puff. And people who've tried it, they say it tastes sweet, almost like licorice. Now,
It is super important to say this is a design concept, okay? A proof of concept. You are not going to find this in the grocery store anytime soon. But it's just a mind-bending look at what a future could look like.
Okay, so after exploring the science and some pretty futuristic ideas, we have to come back down to Earth and ask the big question. Is this fungus really a practical, natural solution to our plastic crisis? Let's weigh the incredible potential against the very real challenges that are still ahead.
So here's a really balanced look at where we stand. The potential is massive, right? We have a solution from nature that eats tough plastic in the exact oxygen-free environments where we need it to. But the reality is the challenges are also huge. Taking this from a petri dish in a lab to an industrial-scale operation, making absolutely sure it's safe for the environment, and figuring out if it even makes economic sense, these are the enormous hurdles we still have to clear.
So, here's the bottom line. Just as Thalita Silva Calixto's 2023 monograph pointed out, the next big step isn't about more discovery, it's about development. The challenge for scientists now is to figure out how to create safe, effective, and scalable ways to actually use this amazing fungus out there in the real world. The potential is absolutely there, but the really hard work is just getting started.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. The discovery of this fungus is such a powerful reminder that sometimes the natural world holds the keys to solving our most complex, human-made problems. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible solutions are still out there, hiding in a forest or deep in the ocean, just waiting for us to find them?